And welcome back to MikiCarrBeauty. I'm Miki, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare and beauty and sometimes luxury goods. And today I wanted to try to do a quick review or an first impression of the new Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream in Rosy Beige. And this is what the product looks like. So I'm here on the stateside. I went through a third-party retailer and I did get my hands on this product. So I wanted to do a review for you all because I have seen reviews of this, but I haven't seen it from folks who are of my particular age and skin tone. So I love complexion products, and I wanted to see actually if this would work with someone with medium tan skin tone. So if you're interested in seeing if this works out for me and if you have a similar coloring to me, or just moreover curious about this new product, then keep watching. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe below, click the all button to get notification of all my videos when they go up, and then like and comment below as it helps out engagement on my channel. And with that out of the way, let's begin. And this is the Chanel Healthy Glow Cream, 15 grams, Rosy Beige. It is the 2023 Summer Limited Edition product. And Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream is a cream gel makeup product that evens out and illuminates the complexion with a subtle rosy veil. Its lightweight formula is easy to blend and leaves skin looking smooth, even and luminous. It picks up easily and applies smoothly with the help of a retractable kabuki brush, number 108. A travel size creation that you can take anywhere with you. Limited edition. Composition: wax and powders for a mattifying effect, an effortless application, powders for an immediate smoothing effect, light reflecting pigments for a radiant, healthy glow. How to use. For best results, apply the product before foundation as a smoothing, illuminating base, sweeping it all over the cheeks, brow, nose, forehead, chin, and décolleté with a brush. At the time of this filming, it is not being sold in the United States. It is only being sold in Europe and in Canada, as far as I know. And I've asked a couple of other influencers and other YouTube creators and reached out to several Chanel beauty essays, and they've all said the same thing to me, that at this time there's no plans of bringing this stateside, which is such a shame. It is limited edition, so even in Europe and in Canada this will eventually go off the market. So I'm really hoping if this works out that they make this a permanent product in their line, and moreover that it comes to the United States. But for me, I'm always curious about complexion products, particularly Chanel. I do love Chanel as a brand. I am curious if this is going to actually work out for me because of my complexion. So I haven't seen too many people actually of my complexion and coloring try out this product. Came in a very similar packaging as the Le Beige Travel bronzers. So this is the Rosy Beige Balm, and this on my other hand is the travel size for the bronzer. I ended up picking for the bronzer Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream 395, a tan deep bronze, and again this is the glowy balm veil. What are they calling it? The Healthy Glow Cream Rosy Beige. Okay, so I just wanted to show you in terms of comparison, it's about the same size. This travel size is also limited edition. So if you were thinking about getting this, you might want to pick it up because I think at some point this size might disappear, and I'll link my video and review of that up here. So let's look at this really quickly. It does have kind of that classic Chanel scent. It's like camellia, I'm not sure, but it's like that classic Chanel scent. When I saw this product, I thought it might be similar to the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. So I don't have the universal shade in that. That would probably be the closest to this product. I don't know, we'll see, but I have it in shade, this Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm in shade 4 and 5. 4 is my winter color, 5 is my summer. And we'll see how this kind of fares. I actually might do a little swatch test and texture test. The other thing that I could think that it might be similar to is the Chantecaille. I can't remember the product. I'll list the name below. It's that Chantecaille Rosy. It's like an illuminating cream they had, And I just didn't end up getting that because Chantecaille does tend to be a little spendy. I had the version of the bronzing warming cream, and I just didn't want to buy two of similar products so in my collection. But I was very interested in this Chanel product. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch this just to see what it looks like. Okay, I can see definitely has the smell, and I do see some luminosity in there. So let me see if I can swatch that for you. Yes, if you're definitely lighter than me, this is going to be just kind of like what I imagine to be your coloring, or a universal shade for lighter skin folk. Okay, and then I'm going to just, for funsies, so for texture, I'm just kind of testing it out. I'm going to swatch the Blurring Balm Powder by Danessa Myricks, just so you can see maybe what the difference is. And this is shade 4. And in terms of texture, I can feel it already. This is definitely made with that technology Upsolate. It's definitely slicker, so it's much more slippy. And again, this is specific to a shade. This is supposed to be this is the only shade they have in this product for Chanel. And let me test it in terms of slippage. Yeah, the balm is definitely more like a balm, and this is like a cream. It's almost, the Danessa Myricks is almost like a cream foundation, but there's some slip to there in color. This is also reminding me of the Tatcha Silk Canvas, this little primer. What is it called? The Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. And the way they're marketing this Rosy Beige, it's supposed to be like an illuminator, a primer, a skin enhancer, all in one. This Tatcha Silk Primer is definitely also a primer they're marketing as, and it's supposed to be more also blurring, and that's the texture of that. I do find this does blur my pores, which is really nice. So this is the Tatcha on the middle finger, and then the Rosy Beige is this one. So the Tatcha does disappear on my face for blurring, and this is a little bit more traditional light skin, like flesh tone. Okay, so we'll see. In terms of texture, they both have slip, and I would say now that I'm touching both of these are similar in texture, but this Tatcha is not marketed as being an illuminator. It's more of a blurring pore filler, whereas this is kind of not only marketed as a primer, but it's supposed to be a skin enhancer and illuminator, like illuminates the skin. Okay, so I have no makeup on at this point. The only thing I have on is this Suku Summer Gloss lip treatment right now on my lips, and then I have just skincare I've had on all day. Usually when I'm not filming, I try to give my face a rest, and I try not to put any makeup on my skin just to give it a rest on the weekend, because during the weekday I'm using makeup. What I'm going to do is I take a clean BK Beauty 101 foundation brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tap in the product. And it definitely picked that up before it was a clean brush. So this is the travel size, and I'm hoping, and if anyone knows, let me know. I'm just guessing, since they marketed this as a new product and they came out the gate as a travel size, they'll maybe make this permanent into a regular size, because that's what they did with the bronzers. The cream bronzers, they made this into a travel size, but they have a larger size of that. I'm going to put this product on one side of the face so we can see if there's a difference. Okay, so let's put it on this side of the face. I definitely smell that Chanel classic smell they have in all their complexion products. It's, for me, I actually don't mind it as long as it's not too much. This is not too much. It's there's some Chanel foundations where they definitely put too much and I can't stand it, but this is fine. That is the product. I've put it on one side of my face, which is this side, and just to my naked eye, it looks, what I probably would imagine is the universal version of this Danessa Myricks blurring Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder with Upsolate. It definitely illuminated a little bit. I don't see any pearlescent sheens, but again, this is meant to be under foundation. If I wanted to just even out my skin tone and make it less red, I would just use this by itself. But again, I have shade 4 and 5 in Danessa Myricks, and I actually use this a lot when I don't have time to put on makeup, but I want to even my skin. I use that. Okay, so that is one side, which is good. I think it's fine. I was worried that it was going to be too light, that it would kind of create a mask for me, and that's what I didn't want to happen, because then I couldn't use it. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the other side now. Again, just stippling the product in here. The size brush from MikiCarrBeauty 101 is like perfect size for this. Like the brush head just fits in there so nicely. Okay, so that is the product. I could use this by itself. I think it's nice. It kind of evened out the redness on my skin. And the only thing I don't have is like the eye makeup and concealer. But let me know what you think. I think it just evened out my redness really nicely. Because it's a Chanel product, I am going to grab Chanel foundation to use. I just want to report of how it feels on the face. It definitely has a tacky texture. I can just, when I feel it like this, it feels like, I don't want to say it's sticky, but there's like, it's almost like it plumped up my skin, which is not a bad thing. I think that's nice if you have dry skin, that you might want some like skin plumping. This is something I just noted as I was like letting it sit. So it doesn't completely dry down. The smell that it did have definitely dissipates. Let's try the Ultra Le Temps. We might as well go the full experience here. So I use the color BD51. And I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for the balm. And I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible of what I would use on a day where I'm going to work. And this is actually the foundation that I use when I do go into work, because it's full coverage. And it's one of those foundations that just lasts all day and does not budge. Okay, so that is the side with the makeup. Out of my entire collection, this foundation is probably my most used and bought like on repeat. I can see already why people like this primer. It's almost like there's a tack to this primer that it grips the foundation and lets the full impact and pigments of that foundation come through. So this is already a full coverage foundation, but it just perfects the look even more. So this is the side with the Ultra Le Temps on top. Really beautiful. This is just the primer. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to go in with another squeeze. I usually do a pump and a half. This is definitely one of my favorite foundation brushes. You can sweep, but I just like to push the foundation into my face as much as possible. And I like to go back where I need more coverage, which is my cheeks, because I have redness and rosacea. And then just kind of go over my eyes for any redness. I do have some acne and scarring here, and I always like to kind of go back and push the product in. Okay, so this is what the primer, the balm, Rosy Balm, plus the Chanel looks like together. And I think it makes everything definitely more perfected. It definitely has a glow to it. It's not like a flat matte, whereas when I use this, it's a different outcome. It's more of like a blurring primer, whereas this, I think there's almost like a luminosity to it. I think that's what it's being marketed as. Okay, so let me finish my makeup and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I finished my eye look. I finished my eyes with Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette in Intense. If this is still available, I will link all the products below, but this was released, I think, 2 years ago. It's this beautiful, intense, they call it intense, but for me, it's like a perfect kind of neutral, warm tone palette. And then line my eyes with some Victoria Beckham Cocoa liner on top, and finish with the Chanel Volume de Chanel mascara. Okay, so this is what the complexion is looking like. It is so pretty. I'm gonna get in a little bit closer. I film in natural lighting, so I'm facing a window and it's overcast. So this is what the complexion is looking like, again, with just the primer and the Ultra Tinue. It is definitely, I can see on camera, it looks even more beautiful because it picks up. This is what happens sometimes with products. I think they're even better for filming because it's almost like a light reflecting. There's like a light reflecting quality, I think, to this balm, this Rosy Beige balm, and I have not powdered down. So you can see there's like a natural luminosity to this product, because usually I know because I've used this, my holy grail full coverage foundation. Usually this is like a full, like just like semi matte, mostly matte. So with this balm, Rosy Balm primer, it's like an luminosity when you combine these two. So that is what my complexion is looking like. It looks really pretty, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like before I powder it down. Okay, so that is this looks beautiful. It's not moving at all, which I was worried about. When sometimes when you layer cream products, it can be hard because then it's just too much product and then it maybe doesn't play well, it's not building well. Sometimes with products it'll start to move. Stuff is not moving on my face. So this is without the cream bronzer. This is with, it's looking really beautiful, seamless. So at least on first application, happy to report that Rosy Balm Beige primer product. So many long words, so many words. These are playing well together. Okay, so that is what it looks like with the bronzer. It looks lovely, and that primer is playing well really with this cream bronzer from Chanel. Just have my tried and true, which is my Sicily, and it's in matte too. This is the Chikuhodo Year of the Rabbit brush. This is squirrel hair. I've been using this as my go-to. I don't know if I could go back to goat hair, quite honestly. I'm interested to try fox hair. I do have one fox hair brush, the F09 or F03, but I don't think I'll be buying any more goat hair for my face anymore, just because just my experience with squirrel hair has been so positive, and it just doesn't irritate my face because I have eczema and really sensitive skin. And so what I'm going to do is try, like, wear test this today and pin a comment below of how this primer is doing, because because the first ingredient is silicone and it is a primer that's on the, it's a balm powder primer. What I'm looking for to see if it's going to do be okay for my oily skin. The only Chanel blush I have, which is the color Malice, and this is the old formula before they changed the formula of the Dior blushes, or of the Chanel blushes rather. I think this is such a flattering blush for medium tan skin tones. So that is with Chanel blush Malice. So pretty. Rouge Allure 147 Emblematique. 147 Emblematique. And that's something I just been doing with my lipsticks lately. I've been trying to blur them. I kind of like the blurred, soft blur look of lipstick. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about my first impressions of this Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream Rosy Beige. I think it's really beautiful. I can see why people are saying it's such a beautiful primer. It reminds me of what I usually try to hack with my Holy Grail. I'm so glad I actually used did a full beat today, because this is realistic of how I would do my makeup on a day where I need my makeup to last. So definitely a full coverage kind of test here. Ultra Le Tente Chanel BD51 is my holy grail foundation. It's my most repurchased, most used foundation in my entire collection. And it's usually a matte, and it's a full like coverage foundation. I've actually been cocktailing this with Vino Perfect. What is Vino Perfect by Cle De Peau, which is a radiant serum. And I've been always trying to get a look of like really just kind of thinning out how thick this foundation is and then getting a radiance. Well, this is what, in a product alone, this is what is the look that I've been going for. So you can see even now with this finished look, I did matte down the face, but there's like a glow and a radiance that just elevates my skin even that much more. So I'll get up closer so you can see. Really beautiful. And I think there's some sort of light reflecting properties with this balm, because what I can see is that in real life it looks really beautiful, and on film it looks even more gorgeous because I think it's just reflecting the light. And that's sometimes what happens with makeup. There's some qualities that even like when you film or do photographs, it just translates even more beautiful. That happens a lot with like Hourglass. Like there's like that light illuminating something in formula they have. There's some magic they have in Hourglass, but this is really beautiful. I am excited to try and continue to try this. I just really hope they sell this in the United States. So I ended up getting this through a third-party retailer. If it's still available, I will link it below, or you can make friends with somebody who might buy it for you in Europe or Canada. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna say. The smell dissipated, the Chanel smell. I don't smell it, and I think I see what people are talking about. This is such a beautiful primer. I would say I've tried at least the lightest shade on like the Blurring Balm powder by Danessa Myricks for the same effect. It's just different. It's not going to be the same. This is not meant to be illuminating or glowy. It's more mattifying. And although this is glowy, it's not oily, is what I can tell you. It's not oily, but I will pin a comment below to let you know how it wears down throughout the day and through the week, and I'll be testing it. But let me know what you think. I am so impressed by this product. Okay, that's it, beauty fam. That's all I have for this review. Let me know what you think of this product, at least with this look. I definitely see the luminosity that it's causing and having this really beautiful kind of full coverage look. Even though it's a matte, there's like a luminosity. It's really beautiful. Okay, beauty fam, that's it for my review. Please remember to subscribe and click the all button below and comment and like below. It helps out engagement on my channel. And please be very kind to yourself and others and just be you. And until the next video, take good care of yourself, beauty fam. Bye.